Hello everyone, this is Colin here, and today we're going to show you how to change the tube on a bicycle. To do this job, you're going to need a few tools and parts. You will need a tire pump, a ratchet with a 15mm wrench. Depending on your bike, or a 15mm socket. Depending on your bike, this might be slightly larger or smaller, so if you've got an adjustable wrench, you can use that as well. You'll need at least 2 flat blade screwdrivers. You might need 3 depending on how handy you are. And you need a replacement tube. The first thing you'll need to do is put the bike on its seat so you can easily work on the tire. Then take your ratchet and socket or open end wrench or adjustable wrench, whatever you're deciding to use, and loosen the 2 outer nuts on the front axle. At this point, you can lift the tire or the wheel off the forks. You may have to compress the tire a bit to fit it past the brake pads. Now it's time to work the tire off the rim. Depending on the type of tube that was used previously, there may or may not be a locking nut here, which you will need to unthread if there is. This one doesn't have one, so we don't need to worry about it. Go ahead and take your screwdrivers and insert them one at a time under the rim and lift the tire off like so. Then take the next screwdriver some distance down and lift out the next segment. Continue working your way along the rim until you have the entire tire lifted off the rim. At this point, you usually can lift the tire and tube completely off. With some heavier tires, like mountain bike tires, you may need to use a screwdriver to do this. Then you can pull the old tube out of the tire and begin looking for what caused the puncture. This tire is in bad shape and we'll soon replace it, but to find the cause of the puncture, run your hands along the inside of the tire, feeling for nails, thorns, or any other rough object. You will usually be able to feel it before you can see it. But you won't always see it because sometimes it falls out when you remove the tube, and other times it's stuck in the tube itself and not the tire. Next, check the rim. There should be a rubber strip running the entire length around that protects the tube from the spokes and the spoke nuts. It needs to cover those sharp metal pieces or they can puncture the tube. If yours has gotten misaligned, you'll need to move the rubber part over so that it covers all the sharp metal pieces. Now take your new tube, unwrap it, and place it inside your tire. Now, remove the cap and the nut from your replacement tube, if it is the variety that has a replacement nut. Then place it on the rim with the valve stem going through the accommodating hole. At this point, you want to take the nut and use it to tighten down the valve stem. Doesn't need to be super tight, just tight enough that it's easy to get the tire pump on later. Next, you want to work the tire back onto the rim. You may need to use screwdrivers to do this on a bike with larger, heavier tires, like a mountain bike. If you are using a screwdriver at this point, be very careful that you don't puncture your new tube in the process. Now you can place the rim back on the bicycle. If you have the locking style washers, make sure the tab of the washer is in the accommodating hole and that the washers are on the right side of the fork. If you have them on the inside, they won't do you any good. And tighten the rim down. Now take your tire pump and finish inflating the tire. Now you're ready to get back out on the road. Thanks for watching.